Hey there, welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. My name is Raven, and today we are going to be having a very laid-back weekend together. Starting off, we had to do the people-y things first. To get them out of the way, I needed to get a bag of liquid IV from Costco, and Zach needed some parts for the weed eater from Home Depot. Costco was crazy busy because we forgot that it was Easter weekend, so there were a lot of people out getting ready for all of their festivities, and it was actually really sweet. The gentleman in front of us in line realized we only had one item and let us go ahead of him. The line was like halfway to the back of the store. It was scary. When we got home, I wanted to get some dishes done before I started crafting. I've been really avoidant with dishes again, and since Zach does meal prep on Sundays, he needed clean dishes available to do that. So I put away the clean dishes and then washed most of the hand-washed dishes, and before I settled in to try and craft, I remembered to water my plants. I have pruned them the week before this, but other than that, they were completely forgotten about since the end of last summer, and I don't know how or why they're still alive, but I want to be as determined in life as Peppermint is.
I think it's a wonderful testament to myself that reminding myself we can do that in our own lives in a different way. The moment we have a body that looks a very specific way, then we'll feel a letter in the mail or sending anything home. I wanted to let you know that I appreciate it so very much, and I also wanted to apologize greatly if I'm not able to get back to you.
I'm gonna be very honest and realistic. I don't think I should have been trying to sew on this day, or at least at this moment. I was trying to ignore how much sensory overload was kicking my butt from being out in crowded stores and being out in the bright sun and the dishes being dishes, and then Zach was also mowing the yard. I should have taken a break with my weighted blanket and some headphones to recalibrate, but it felt weird to do that while my partner was outside doing manual labor. Zach would have told me that that was dumb, but he wasn't inside to tell me how dumb that was, and I wasn't thinking clearly, so I decided to try and sew. And because I wasn't thinking clearly, I don't even know what I actually did. I know that I was just trying to connect the last set of panels, and I was confused about how to do buttonholes only partially the way down. From there, I don't know what I did. It's very blurry, and now the skirt went from being very, very big on me to being too small to actually use the buttonholes. Now I'm mad at the project and I haven't picked it up to fix it. This skirt's gonna get done. I just don't know when, and the more I try and push it, the more angry I get at it. My lesson is to take breaks and recalibrate before cutting fabric. Sunday started off basically with my sensory overload from the previous day catching up with me. I couldn't think very clearly, and I just felt like my brain was mush. Zach was pretty much feeling the same. The weather was also a lot more dreary, so we stayed inside and played video games for most of the day. I've been playing Paleo on my laptop, which is a lot of fun. It's my first online multiplayer game, so it's really nice that it isn't a game that's competitive repetitive because that's what puts me off of a lot of video games. I can't remember what Zach was playing, but he was really enjoying it and almost forgot to start the meal prep. One of the weird things about my brain is that I'm afraid of doing things that I enjoy and getting carried away with it, so I avoid doing it so that I don't go overboard at all. It's been one of the reasons that I've been hesitant to play video games in my adulthood until recently. I think in the last year or so I've gotten better. I didn't want to play for like an hour, and then that hour turned into half a day, and then suddenly all of the things that I needed to do are late or going to be rushed. There's like a specific stigma around video games being seen as like immature that made me really nervous to even think about losing productivity to something that a lot of people I grew up around looked down on so harshly. Most of my hobbies were things that people thought were like old lady and productive, so it was cool. But video games, those are for kids. As I've gotten to start my belief systems from scratch and reframe how I think about things, I've gotten more comfortable with doing things that are fun and not at all productive. Because I'm doing it more often, it feels like I've played enough and can move on to do something else without feeling like I'm hitting an ADHD wall, except for on days like today where I just really needed some dopamine because I didn't take care of myself the day before. After I got tired of trying to catch a storm ray, which I still have not caught, I wanted to crochet for a little bit. I was working on some wisteria for my office. This is a side quest project that I mentioned in my last vlog. I have a very pale variegated yarn that I think will look really pretty in my office. I don't want to go full on white wisteria, but I like the idea of really pale moonlight inspired colors against the dark walls. I don't have a specific decoration plan in mind, but I want the general vibe of sort of like goth Bridgerton slash belladonna slash Persephone's Garden. Dark bases with lots of pastel accents and feminine details. So far, I don't know what that means other than flowers and greenery, but I think that's a good start because it's gonna take me forever to get enough flowers to actually go around the walls like how I'm picturing. That wraps up the weekend. I feel like some of the more boring to watch vlogs are also the most restorative and enjoyable to live through in person, but I also really like boring slice of lives. Maybe I'm not the best person to judge my own content. I hope that you enjoyed watching it either way. I hope you're having a wonderful day or that tomorrow is better. Leave me a flower emoji in the comments if you stayed until the end, and I will see you in my next video.